Twitter. Does it even matter at all? Should your business be on it? We're going to talk about that today. Stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. We are High Season, a social media agency. We help clients break the algorithm. So if you want to stay tuned for more social media videos, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and follow. Wow. That was really good timing. Yeah, maybe you should mute that. That's your laptop. All right, so let's get into it. Is Twitter still relevant in 2019?
You already know what the answer is.
Yes.
Absolutely it is.
It definitely is. And we're going to talk about very quickly, because we get this from our clients a lot, should we be on Twitter? Is that even a part? Isn't Twitter dead? Like, is anyone on there anymore? So we wanted to quickly run down why we think it's important that your business be on Twitter, because we have definitely seen a lot of success with our clients in different industries being on this platform.
Yes.
So first up, brand personality, real-time conversations. That's one of the main reasons why we think Twitter is super important.
Absolutely. It allows you to create a feed that's much less curated than Instagram or even perhaps Facebook. Mm-hmm. You can use things that are more aligned with Twitter culture, like the memes and the GIFs and all that type of stuff that they are on the other networks, not publicly for Instagram, they are publicly for Facebook, but it's not as common. So Twitter just really allows you to kind of let that personality shine through the engagements you have with your clients and followers on there. So the engagement side of it is, responding to anybody who's talking to you directly, perhaps social listening, which we're going to cover shortly.
Yeah.
We're going to cover that in a second. But, searching for your brand and being able to jump in that conversation to control it rather than let other people just sort of talk and maybe perhaps they don't have the right information. So just, you can just put it all out on Twitter. You can kind of be yourself and really let it shine. It's the main platform, we believe, that lets you do that. Yeah.
Also great for customer service. So where do people go when they're complaining? Generally Twitter. Social media overall, but I think they said there was a stat, and I'll put it in there, and I think it was 67% of people go to Twitter to actually complain. So you want to be there when people, it's a spot for it. So you want to be there when your customers are voicing something about you. So if you have a detractor who is somebody who is saying something negative about your brand, who has had a negative experience, Twitter gives you the opportunity to jump in a public forum so that everybody can see you respond, and then basically have the opportunity to give your side of the story.
Exactly.
And also see how well you respond to customer inquiries, in addition to anything that's negative or positive. I'd say that customer support component of Twitter is like the biggest function or the biggest feature that they have, because it's real time, so it's just immediate. People can see how you immediately respond. And then what you were saying about the social listening and having control over the conversation kind of ties in with that as well, because not everybody actually tags your brand.
Absolutely.
So you see that all the time. I know with one of our clients that are pretty active on Twitter, people just write their name, but they don't actually @ them.
No. And it doesn't take much, just searching for the name of the brand and then engaging with them, even if it's a little quick comment, or most like for this particular client, GIFs work incredibly well. Yeah. And the funny thing about that is that I'll respond with a GIF. They are just excited because this particular brand has a lot of passionate customers. They really love this brand, and they end up retweeting the response. Their friends usually get in on it or at least engage with it, and then that results in generally a handful of followers every time.
Exactly.
And it doesn't take much effort. It really isn't much, and it's just to cruise through and make sure. Maybe people are having a bad experience, but they don't know that you're on there.
Yeah.
And on Twitter, they don't @ you, and then you're able to fix it. And I think people like to see that proactive, the way the brands get off their ass and go and talk to clients and customers and making sure they're having a good experience. And if they're not fixing it, and I think that is more than it, people want to feel heard.
Yeah.
So if you can make people feel heard by just responding to them, more often than not, I found that I would say 90-95% of the time with this particular client, at least, if you respond to them in a reasonable time frame and give them some sort of a solution, they don't really take it any further. Some people just want to complain to complain.
Yeah,
you never fix
there's always that person.
But it's what we've found, at least with our clients, it's the best way to handle it. Twitter's the best.
So that's already 3 reasons. So establishing brand personality, which is pretty big. Engagement, so having those real-time conversations with people. Providing customer support. Four actually, and then social listening. So
Social
being able to control the conversation around your brand.
Yes.
Another thing that we really love, and I think a lot of people have seen this with the success of Bird Box. If you haven't watched Bird Box, I don't know how at this
If
point.
you missed that,
I don't know how you missed. I don't know how you missed that. You're clearly not on social media.
No.
But Netflix really dominated on Twitter and showed the power of Twitter with their most recent film Bird Box, and that was basically through hashtags. Memes
predominantly, but I think
just,
the hashtag, they
branded hashtag to get themselves trending and had everyone doing a Bird Box challenge and all these things that drew more attention
YouTubers,
through YouTubers, everybody, just to bring attention to the brand. And that campaign was predominantly held on Twitter. And remember, guys, Twitter has 300 million active users, so that's obviously not all 300 million. Perhaps all 300 million will be yours.
You never know.
But that's a good chunk of people that you could be tapping into.
Yeah.
When we're talking about Bird Box and jumping in on hashtags, that's what we love as well, because anything that's trending is very cool for your brand to jump in on. And I love that kind of real-time response where something fun's happening in the news or something serious is happening in the news, but if it's relevant to your brand, you're able to jump on that and increase the exposure for your brand.
Definitely. Even like right now, as we're filming this, Bell Let's Talk is on.
Yes, Bell Let's
Talk. A lot
Talk.
of brands are jumping on that.
Yeah.
And it's I mean, you don't know if it's a self-serving thing or a genuine wanting to help, but I like to think of it, give them the benefit of the doubt. The brands want to help, and it's promoting a good message. And there's aside from just spreading your brand more on Twitter, you're able to push a good message. Something like mental health or if there's like politics stuff. I guess a lot of brands do stay away from politics.
Stay away from that.
Stay away, generally speaking.
Some brands
but
will take a position, and that's up to you, but you do have to know that you'll alienate a whole entire audience elsewise if you do choose to take a position. So I've had some brands that are like, we're Democrats, this is obvious, and this is who we are.
Yeah.
And that's fine. You just have to know that you're likely going to alienate a form of your audience. So that's up to you. That's in your ethos. That's your brand persona. So that's up to you what you take on.
Either way, though, exactly. It shows that you, if you're able to engage with the trending topics or just things that are happening at the moment, it keeps you fresh. It keeps the brand relevant. It keeps it in people's faces.
Yeah.
And if you can appear to be fun and sort of like whether playful or whatever it may be, you can put it across through the way you engage with those topics. And its searchability. There's so many things that can come from it, and it's really not much work. And it's probably the most fun as a social media manager, like whether you're doing it for your own brand or you've got employees or whatever. It's the most fun. Like, I enjoy that side of it more than anything.
The conversations
and just being able to be slightly, within the restrictions of how the brand communicates, the brand voice and what they're allowed to talk about. Yeah. The fun, like the client we're talking about on Twitter, is by far my favorite part of anything that we do, because I can just be so ridiculous and they love it. Yeah. Because I know what this audience wants. And it's like, and once you get to that point with the brand and you just understand them and what they want and what people want, it's a breeze, and it just sort of flows naturally. And that truly comes from like understanding who your brand is. Yes. So I think that's why it's like we really know for every client what type of brand they are, who they're speaking to, and then that Twitter is such a great opportunity to go and like showcase that and just be that. It humanizes you so much, humanizes your business and your brand, and that builds like the real connection. That's it. Yeah. That's very good. Last one are Twitter ads. Twitter ads. So Twitter ads are fantastic, and they're really well priced. Yeah. And why? For now. And the reason that they're well priced is because not enough people are on it. There are not enough competitors. So we found a lot of success with Twitter ads, especially when looking at lead generation and sales. One of the reasons that Twitter ads are really good for lead generation is because it's a primarily text-based platform. People were used to, or have traditionally been used to looking at Twitter since 2007 in all text, and then they added images and videos and GIFs over time, of course, but primarily you're there to read statuses. If you look in comparison to a platform like Instagram, where it's visual, the lead generation, people aren't in that mindset. They just want to look at pretty pictures, but if you're trying to push them to fill out a form, they're going to be less inclined to do that because of the mindset they're in when they're on that platform, whereas when they're on Twitter, they're already in text mode, so it's like, oh cool, gotta fill in this form, bam bam, it's not much of a problem. So it's definitely a more commerce-based, commerce-friendly. Commerce-friendly, that's platform, it. Exactly. Yeah. So definitely something to look out for, explore with Twitter ads.
If you do want us to do anything about Twitter ads and get a little more in depth, let us know in the comments below, and then we'll look at doing something like that.
Yeah,
Again, you guys are in control of what you want to see, so always let us know if you have any questions. That's what the comment section is for, and we'll make videos on it. So.
Yeah.
Alright guys, those were some reasons why we think Twitter is still relevant for your business. We talked about building a brand personality, being able to engage real time with your customers, which is super valuable, providing customer service, social listening, which you can also spy on your competitors with when it comes to social listening. Don't forget that, because it's an open platform, so it's a free-for-all.
That's it.
And we also talked about being able to hop on trending topics, which was super valuable. And of course, we finished off with Twitter ads. So these reasons are why we think Twitter is still relevant and you should jump on it ASAP. If you guys have any questions about Twitter and a Twitter strategy that looks right for your brand, ask us in the comments below. So that's it. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, follow us on social media everywhere at High Season Co. and check out our website, www.highseasonco.com. Until next time.
Peace.